Good morning, everyone. Last night, the city of Cleveland, Northeast Ohio, received a tremendous news: the rescue of Michelle Knight, Amanda Berry, and Gina DeJesus. As a law enforcement person, and I know everybody within the Division of Police and all my law enforcement partners feel the same, I was overseeing the disappearance of Secura Johnson back in the low 2000s. She was a 12-year-old female that disappeared, and 3 weeks later we found her body tragically. So to find these three girls recovered well, it just makes the police department, it just gives us a boost. It really, really does. Amanda, who had been missing since April 21st, 2003, was identified last evening after fleeing from her captor's home, and amazingly, Gina DeJesus and Michelle Knight were in the same house, alive and well, with a small child. All the women, all the young ladies have been missing about a decade. Gina DeJesus was last seen on April 2nd, 2004. Michelle Knight had been missing since August 22nd, 2002. The Cleveland Division of Police and our law enforcement partners, which includes the FBI, Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Office, the U.S. Marshal's Office, remain committed to these investigations over the years. Through our involvement with the Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force, led by the Cleveland office of the FBI, we have continued to investigate any and all leads in these cases. These leads came in over the years and were investigated time and again. Possible suspects were interviewed, search warrants were executed. Thankfully, and I mean thankfully, due to Amanda's brave actions, these three women are alive today. Three men have been arrested in this case, and they are Ariel Castro, 52 years old, her brother Pedro, 54 years old, and another brother O'Neill, 50 years old. The original task force will now continue the follow-up investigation relative to the recovery of and processing of the scene, interviewing, and the investigation. Next steps. There's 10 years of logistical information that has to be sorted through. Numerous interviews have to be completed. The FBI evidence recovery team is processing the scene. They worked until 5 a.m. this morning. They will regroup later this morning, and I anticipate that it will take a few days to completely process the scene there on Seymour. Most importantly, though, the victim's physical and emotional well-being are the main concern and have to be addressed. The FBI is providing assistance, and Special Agent Steve Anthony will provide additional information relative to the debriefing of the victims. Mr. Anthony?
Thank you, Chief. Good morning, everyone. As Chief said, I'm Steve Anthony, Special Agent in charge of the Cleveland office of the FBI. For Amanda's family, for Gina's family, for Michelle's family, prayers have finally been answered. The nightmare is over. These three young ladies have provided us with the ultimate definition of survival and perseverance. The healing can now begin. Every evening, year after year, as you well know, family members and law enforcement kept the faith that one day they might see their daughters, their sisters, and their nieces again. Monday evening, that happened. The FBI's Violent Crime Task Force, as the Chief and the Mayor mentioned, in particular, the men and women of the Cleveland Police Department have pursued every tip and have stood with the families each step of the way. And the families of these three young ladies never gave up hope, and neither did law enforcement. As you can imagine, words can't describe the emotions being felt by all. Yes, law enforcement professionals do cry. We rejoice with those families in the homecoming of Amanda, Gina, and Michelle, where I'm sure they'll be showered with much love and many, many hugs. But it has been said, while we celebrate today, we and our law enforcement partners continue to work shoulder to shoulder with the Cleveland Police Department to answer the many questions that investigators have. And rest assured, the FBI will bring every resource to bear to assist our partners in this case, to bring the full weight of justice behind those responsible for this horrific, horrific case. And has been said, I know the public and you all have many questions, and so do we. Until we have the answers to those questions, based on facts and evidence, we won't be able to speculate as to the how and why. I just want to reiterate, in this case, as in others, all of us staying up here rely on the public's assistance to resolve these horrific cases. If you have any information, please contact Cleveland's Division of the FBI at 216-522-1400. That is, again, 216-522-1400. And it can't be emphasized enough. This is an ongoing investigation. In the coming days and weeks, investigators will be putting in countless hours to track the events of the last several years. As the chief mentioned, the three, of course, Gina, Amanda, Michelle. Much of the effort that we have, that we're going to be doing over the next several days, is going to be focusing on them. How could we in law enforcement help speed the healing and the recovery process and treat them with the dignity and the respect that they deserve? And we're going to be providing not just the three, but their families, again, with comfort, with advice, with information in the coming days to, again, help in that process. And part of that, we have a special team of child forensic examiners that will be arriving this morning to help in that process, in addition to numerous victim witness specialists, similar to those that have been sent to events such as in Boston.